Welcome to Travel Weekly TV, where we go behind the scenes speaking to the industry's heavyweights. Today we have Frank from Railbookers. Frank, welcome.
Thanks, Hoda. It's great to be here.
Frank, tell me a little bit about Railbookers and how did you end up there?
Wow, good question. So a little bit about Railbookers. So I guess let me start with how I got there, right? So my journey started working in the mailroom of Colette Vacations in high school. Did that for a while, graduated, and ended up going to work at Colette in marketing and then sales and international sales. I was part of the group that opened up the first office here in Australia for Colette. From there, went to Kentucky Holidays US, was president of Kentucky Holidays US.
Oh, wow.
Then left there in 2012 with my current business partner, become the co-owner and president with Amtrak Vacations. So that was, still today is our brand. We expanded that brand and internationally. And Railbookers was one of our customers who sold our Amtrak Vacations brand, who we acquired back in 2016 and then expanded Railbookers worldwide. So that's kind of my journey in Railbookers. In Railbookers today, we're the largest independent rail vacation provider worldwide. So we go to 6 continents, you name it. If Antarctica had a rail station, we'd be there too.
So Railbookers, from my understanding, I would just assume rail, but you do more than rail.
Oh yeah, it's rail, hotel, sightseeing, you name it. Ferries, transfers, everything. We're way more than just rail.
So rail and then some.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
So tell me, for the travel agents that might not be familiar with your brand, what sets Railbookers aside?
A great question. We simplify rail for everyone. So, I can deal with a travel agent who's been in the industry 40 years, but when it comes to rail, they're not sure. They may be fearful because rail is such a big, complex thing that you've got everything from luxury rail to national rail systems to how does it work in Switzerland and Italy and Germany if I'm connecting between each, and how do I read those tickets? So for us, we make it easy for the travel agent. We're the rail experts, so we know the best routes, the best way to go, where to sit on the train, how that ticket gets booked, and we take care of all that for them. So we gotta simplify the complex with rail. So that's what we do.
Frank, tell me a trend that you've seen post-COVID. Rail and slow travel has been booming. What are some trends that you've seen?
So a few trends. One I would say is luxury, and what I like to call little luxury. So rail has just been booming, but the amount of luxury rail that we see is extraordinary, whether it's the Venice Simple and Iron Express, Rovos Rail, people looking for luxury rail, but also little luxury, meaning, hey, I may be on different rail systems, but in that one location, that one city, I want to go to a 5-star hotel and get a suite because that's my anniversary. And we're starting to see, from a spend standpoint, our travel agents and their customers really expanding on that luxury side.
Even if it's
a little luxury, just that little bit of luxury. So
I like that, yeah, because travel is so complex, right? So depending on where you're going, sometimes you might want to treat yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a trend we see. Where normally in the past you'd see someone would stay in their category and price point, but here it's really all over the map because they're looking for an experience and they're looking for that little bit of luxury.
I like it. You really can't stereotype a client anymore because they might want one thing, but then go back and do something completely different the next trip.
Totally. Some people say to me all the time, is everyone who takes short trips, are they rail aficionados? I'm like, well, is everyone that takes a plane aficionado? They're looking for something different. And it could be completely different on levels, but also in many cases, we're only a piece of their overall experience. They could be going on a river cruise. We don't do river cruising, but we do the post-river cruise trip that they want to do. So you never know what they're looking for.
You've got plenty of incredible itineraries that you can offer. Tell me personally, what's one of your favorites?
Wow, that's hard because we have almost 6,000 itineraries, but I'll give you 2 different ones. One, we came out with Around the World by Luxury Rail. It's an 80-day itinerary with all the main luxury rail around. We came out with that last year and got picked up by Condé Nast as one of the trends that they saw. So that's
Travel Weekly. I mean,
of course,
same.
Of course, same. But that's just an incredible trip with all the luxury rail around the world.
And where does that go? Can you give us a little bit of an insight?
Pretty much everywhere from Rocky Mountaineer to Venice Simple and Iron Express to Rovos Rail in South Africa, really around the world, hitting all the main rail sites. So that would be one. The other one, back in April, I just took my wife and I went on the Via Rail and Prestige class from Vancouver to Toronto. I'd never done it before, but wanted to try it and go on it. We were one of their largest customers, and it was amazing. That was an amazing trip. 4 days, 4 nights on the train, and that was just an incredible trip. So
Yeah. I think what most people don't realise is that you could really split up the rail. You don't have to necessarily do a really long itinerary. You can actually break it down, and a client can travel at different stages of that itinerary.
Absolutely. It's not just one trip. It's breaking it up, hotel for a few nights, breaking it up, picking up a train in a different area. So it can be anything that a travel agent or their customer wants it to be.
With Railbookers, is there something that the travel agents really should know about before picking up the phone and calling you?
Great.
Not you personally, by the way.
No, please. No, honestly, I would say they don't really have to know anything. It's really give us a call, because what I do find sometimes the travel advisors is they get nervous about the rail. It's not like a cruise line. I know every single cruise line and what the differences are, but rail, because it's complex, and every rail system in every country is completely different. And I would say you don't have to know about it. Please give us a call, because that's what we do. So if you're not sure, does this even work? Because many travel agents, they don't know where the train goes. To say, well, can I get here? Can I reach here? How long does that take? How far is the hotel at the station? Is this even possible? So I would welcome them to call us when they don't know, because that's really why we exist for them, to be that expert.
And what's your team like in Australia? Because you're not based in Australia yourself personally. Accent tips it.
I'm not.
So you said that you're global. How many offices do you have?
So that's a great question too. So when we all went home for COVID in 2020, I decided to become a remote company. So there was wonderful people who lost their job at the time, and we realized how efficient we were at being remote. So we started hiring. So today we are a 100% remote company. We have staff in 6 countries and 33 states. We've got a very large team here in Australia who are all over Australia, and they're amazing. So,
and they're all remote.
And they're all remote from everywhere, from Perth to Tasmania to Sydney to all over our staff here.
That's fantastic. That's really rare now, because everyone's trying to encourage everybody to get back into that, to the office, come and work, 9 to 5.
It is amazing. It's challenging too. I don't want to act like it's not challenging. Training's a little longer. We do get together with our global summit and have regional get-togethers with our team.
I hear that's in December.
It is in December. It is in Miami. Yes, it is. Very good. But we wouldn't be the company and the size we are today if we didn't go remote, because we were able to scale at a level, because all of a sudden time zones worked to our advantage and locations weren't a disadvantage to us. So it really has been an amazing ride. It's a learning journey too, because learning is slower at times, but we work at it every day. So.
What's one thing that you always pack when you travel?
Oh, my coffee mug. My travel coffee mug.
Oh,
yeah, my Yeti. I got to take it with me.
Oh, that's so sustainable of you.
Yeah. Well, it keeps the coffee hot too.
That too.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you really want to tell the travel agents or the travel advisors that sets Railbookers aside?
2 things. I would say, one, thank you. The success we've had in Australia has been amazing. The travel advisors have been so amazing to our team, who's amazing here, and our growth. This is our 2nd fastest growing region out of the whole group, which is amazing. So first, thank you. And then secondly, give us a call and give us a try if you haven't. One of the things that is always surprising, I think, to travel agents is 27% of our business is last-minute bookings inside of 90 days. And that could be a 2-3 week trip in Switzerland with everything, the calling, booking, and then departing inside that time frame. We love and really do an amazing job with last-minute bookings, which some companies struggle with. So those would be the things that I would say is, when you've got that opportunity, you're not sure, give us a call, because we're really good at that.
Absolutely. And we'll put the website and the contact number on the screen as well. Frank, thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you. It was great to see you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And thank you for watching Travel Weekly TV.